Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Sports Extra with Cuthbert Couture. The Warriors of Zimbabwe crashed out of the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations in Gabon yesterday, slumping to a 4-2 defeat against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Well, the nation's hopes, they're crashing. We're all expecting the Warriors, gentlemen, to qualify for the next stage. Welcome to the show. Davis Lacu, current General Zimbabwe, welcome to the show. Gentlemen, looking at the whole tournament from the start and everything, to be honest with everyone, were our expectations too much from the Warriors, considering the class that the teams that were in our group, considering the class of players that they have? Did we expect a lot from the Warriors? We're not considering the fact that they are playing in some very low leagues in South Africa, coming up against teams that have people playing in Europe, in the top leagues in Europe. Did we expect too much from the Warriors? Davis, like you.
Well, if Leicester can win a league with Manchester United, Chelsea, and so forth, it simply means the ball is round to everyone. I don't think our expectations were too much. If you look at the approach, the way we play, the first match is important in that you gauge your play. You learn from your mistakes, you figure out your strengths, and you concentrate on those. But if you see our play from the first match to the last match, we perfected imperfection. We're consistent in inconsistency. That shows that our expectations were not too high, but our play was just utter rubbish, if I can say that on air. Because like if you watch the second match, we conceded two very quick goals, and we were supposed to address that. But in the third match,
besides the second match, even in the first match,
yeah,
you agree with me that Riyad Mahrez scored in, I think it was 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
The second game, 8 minutes into the game, we had already considered. The third game again, we had already considered in less than 10 minutes.
Definitely.
All those things you are talking us about, us being very consistent in the negativity. The general, moving on to you. The class of the players that Senegal possesses, that Algeria possesses, in as much as they do not make it to the second round of the competition as we did, they've got this class of players that are playing in very high leagues in Europe. They've got more experience. Looking at at the current crop of Warriors that we had in the squad, none of them had any AFCON experience before. Well, there are a couple of guys who played in the Chan tournament, but you see that this is a step up further in performance from the Chan tournament. I think you agree with me there, gentlemen. None of our players had any AFCON experience. Even our technical team, from Pasua to his deputies, Socha Munika and Kupali Masuku, none of them had any AFCON experience. Did this play a factor in us crashing out in the first stage? Still going back to my question there, did we expect a lot from our Warriors?
First of all, I think the straightforward answer there is yes. We did expect a lot, but we did not just expect that from nowhere. They gave us that expectation. They were very good during the qualifiers. But they were very good during the general game against.
If I may cut you there, the teams that we played in the qualifiers, Mr. Davis, like I think you testament to this. We played against a very lowly Malawi side. Definitely, Malawi is not known for any sort of sport. Even
all those teams were ranked above us.
Swaziland, we played against Swaziland. The only team that might have proved to be a hurdle for us going to Gabon was Guinea, of which they were having their own problems. They were losing to Swat. They had their own problems with their own team. But to really say we deserved to be there because we beat Malawi and we beat Swaziland, were they a test enough for us to be at Gabon?
I think it is a bit harsh to say we did not deserve to be there. We deserved to be there. In that group, we were the least ranked team in that group, regardless of the small names in the group, like Swaziland, but they played actually well during the qualifiers. We know, of course, we ranked them lowly, but we according to the rankings, we were the least ranked team. And at the AFCON, yes, we knew that there is a chance, especially our attack. We had faith in our attack that I think it might take us
talking
to
about
the next round.
Those rankings, Mr. Simeone, if you are going to be bringing rankings into consideration, we were the lowest ranked team at the AFCON. So why were we expecting too much when we knew we were the lowest ranked team?
Well, I think our expectations rose after the Algerian game. Algeria is ranked number 5, and it was a good display from the Warriors. You could not actually place Zimbabwe at number 30 and Algeria at number 5 after watching that game. And we thought if we are going to improve, because that's what is normal in football. You correct your mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. And then after that, we thought we were going to do that. We were going to learn from our mistakes and improve our game from the Algerian game. And if we had done that, I think people had every right to have high expectations. But unfortunately, we let our guard down. We were repeating we were consistent in our imperfections, you know. Yes, we continued to make the same mistakes, and we got punished. You get punished at that when we are playing at such a level, of course. And the fact that the Senegalese and the Algerians have better players playing in the better leagues also played a great factor. Those guys are used to compete in a prestigious tournament. Of course, Mr. Lakiu, they said if you have teams like Leicester, but it's just a once-off thing. Things like that do not happen every time. Look at Leicester.
If you have to look at the Leicester situation, that was a whole year. You know, anything can happen. They just had the form. This is a tournament that is running for only 2 weeks. You have to be bringing in your A game. You know, you talked about us not learning from our mistakes. From the first game against Algeria and then coming into the second game against Senegal, you saw how hard they came in at us in making sure they pressurized us in the first 10 minutes, thereby us conceding in those 10 minutes. The second thing happened again against Tunisia. Those guys, they studied us and they made sure that we conceded and we could not come back after conceding. Technically, I think, if I may say so, those guys had better gifted technical coaches than what we had as Zimbabwe. There comes my next question, Davis, like you. Is Callisto Pasua the right man for the Warriors job?
Oh, it's quite tricky. You have 64 teams in Africa, 16 teams qualify for AFCON, yes. And we're part of those 16.
And so the man who took us there.
Yeah, so if you're going to judge by that, I think Pasua started off well. Even if you check his track record, coaching the under-23s, he did a decent job. But I think at AFCON something went wrong. He was found wanting. I thought his application of tactics, if he ever applied any tactics, went horribly wrong. Look at the game yesterday. We actually played with 7 defenders. We had 4 defenders at the back. Then if you add 3 defensive midfielders,
we needed a win.
It actually means you have 7 defenders. How do you play 7 defenders when you want to attack and score goals as fast as possible? So that means the coach got it horribly wrong there. And even the players themselves, they were quite disappointing. My emotional feeling when I watched the game was that those guys deserve to be arrested. Because you can't have 12, 11 players masquerading as football players when they are not. Look at someone like Zhireki. He finishes the whole game still chewing his bubblegum. He finishes the whole game with bubblegum, is still sweet. Zhireki finishes the game with his shirt still tucked in his short. What sort of a right back does that? He doesn't even try to tackle when he's marking the ball at the wings. If someone like Katsande, he continues to tackle people from behind, actually killing our counter-attacks. You have someone like Costa now, Namwenesu. He was making dangerous tackles. I don't understand why he ended up finishing the game.
Because at one point, I think it was around the 70th minute,
yeah.
He came in with a very crude lunging tackle,
yeah.
And I expected him to get a red card.
Yeah.
And you know, for some reason, I'm still perplexed. The whole tournament, Willard Katande did not get a yellow card. Yes, imagine considering the kind of tackles that he was coming in with. Then we get someone like Danny Peary. His performance was just too lackluster. The way he had his hands up and the way he was losing possession and everything.
Yeah.
We definitely can't be competing at that high level of a tournament. If you're truth be told, gentlemen, the patriotic fact aside and everything, we know we all love our warriors and everything.
Yes.
But if you are to take any food or find any food to put it like you guys are here, if you are to take Danny Piri and put him there, and if you are to take Sheikh Kuyate and put him there, definitely all of us are going to run for Sheikh Kuyate if we are going to be assembling a team. Our guys could not rate men for men, talent for talent. They could not be compared to the Senegalese.
But let me stop you there. I don't think it was anything to do with the quality of players. We couldn't do basic football stuff, as the general was saying the other day. We couldn't finish 3 passes. That is basic. Even if you coach a primary school team, that is basic football. If you have the ball, pass it to your player. We couldn't do that. When you're marking the ball, you don't mark from behind. What the 100% you're going to concede a free kick. That is basic football. And back to your question about the coach, I don't think Pasua has enough experience to be coaching a team at AFCON. Because he was found wanted. Even if you look at his changes, they were a bit weird. They were extremely weird, not a bit weird. How do you remove someone who's playing as a winger? How do you remove someone who's playing as a defensive midfield like Danny Piri? Then you actually add a central attacker like Do. Then you don't play him at the central attack. You actually play him at the wing. It's quite confusing.
All those things we're talking about, Pasua and everything, at the end of the day, he's now the man with his head on the job. Exactly. So he's definitely going to have answers for all these questions that we are posing right here. You know, everything being talked about, the coach and everything. The Warriors are now coming back home. What positives did we get from the tournament in general? Besides us losing and all the emotional that is there in the country right now, you know, all the emotion about how the Warriors let us down and everything. What positives did we get from participating in AFCON 2017?
Well, experience for the first. For starters, experience. Yes, we got the experience. We needed the experience. You could see that we are lacking the experience. Both at the coaching staff and the players as well. We were lacking that experience. We could not cope. And I think we learned also that football is now about tactics. You know, tactically, I believe the Warriors were found wanting in all three games. We were not employing real tactics, you know, we were just playing football.
We just went in there and
yes,
said, guys, let's go on, let's play.
Because, you know, you get to know your thing,
exactly,
and
so you know what to do.
Exactly.
I was reading on a lot of, you know, online blogs and everything, you know, everyone was actually saying Zimbabwe, we've got a very good crop of players, you know, but we just lacked that tactical ability, you know. That's why I had to bring up this question of whether Callisto Pasua is the right man for the job or whatnot. And sentiments coming in from you two gentlemen, it seems to suggest that we need someone else.
Yeah,
should we go for a foreign coach, or should we look locally? And if we're going to be looking locally, who are the names that we can look forward? You know, a lot of people have been saying, Norman Mapeza, why not bring in back Charles Mutlauri, you know, all those guys. If we are going to be locally, who is in mind for you? Foreign.
I'm not a favorite for the person. I'm not a favorite of foreign coaches. Yes, but locally we do have tactical coaches. Like I would go for Sunday Chizambwa. He is a proven tactician, and I think he is good, and he's got the experience to take to compete at
it's actually he's been there before.
Yes, he has been there for him. And I think someone like Sunday Chizambwa would be a good replacement for Pasua. And as much as we would appreciate Pasua taking us to the AFCON, and I think it's the right time for him, you know, to resign. And then it's time for Zifa to find someone else, you know, to start building the players. And maybe find someone in there, you know, look at our defense. Our defense,
it was in shambles.
It was in shambles.
You know,
it cannot be fixed, you know.
Got that young man, Elisha.
Yes,
sometimes you start wondering why the coach is keeping him in the team after
exactly.
2 games.
You know, during our last episode, I suggested that he replaced him with yes, because I knew that he was not good enough. Not necessarily good enough, but he could not make the defense perfect, you know.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's playing at such a level, I think it's a bit too much for him.
Yeah, so that defense need to be fixed, and overall change, I wouldn't mind. Because I think the players, we carried the wrong defense, the wrong group of players for that defense. Yes, so I think we need someone, you know, like Sunday Zambwa. He's very good with arranging his defense, and he can attack. And if you see his players during his time, he avoided conceding too much goals during the first half. And this was our weakness, and they were utilizing, the other team were utilizing that.
Well, as you are rightfully suggesting, there we need a change of personnel, especially in terms of the technical department. Davis, like you, what positives did we get from AFCON 2017 as a country? Well, I'm not going to call us a footballing nation because rightfully I don't think we are at that level is yet whereby we can call ourselves a footballing nation. What positives did we get from AFCON 2017?
Well, that's quite a tricky one. For me, I think Mkuruva showed that he can play.
Exactly.
Mm,
At a high
Mkuruva
level.
at high
He's
level.
done very well.
So if I was to pick someone who knows what he went to have to do, it just would be Mkuruva for me. I don't know if we picked experience. Because what experience means is when you do something, you do some introspection, you do a post-mortem. Then you understand your weaknesses, you perfect them when you go for the second round. If you concede 2 goals
In the first
in the
half.
first 14 minutes,
Exactly.
then you concede 4 in the next 45, and then we say to ourselves we gained some sort of experience. That is a foreign language to me. I don't
No,
understand what that means.
but if you are to look at it here, Mr. Davis, like you, Mr. General Simeon, if you are going to be looking at the average age of our team, you know, we've got an average, I think, of about 24 years. It's just a few guys who are over 30. I think I will mention Willard Katsande, I will mention Cuthbert Malajila, there's also Costa Namunye Sude. But if you're going to be looking at the crop, the majority of the crop of the players that we've got in the team at the moment, the guys that went for AFCON 2017, we've got our knowledge Musonas, he's still 26, he's still got 2, 3, even 4 more AFCONs in him. Kamabili at same day is 26. With the bulk of those young guys, Nakamba 23, the bulk of all those guys, they are in their early 20s. Don't you think they gained something from participating at such a competition? Because if you are going to be looking at a country like Ghana, they've got their average age, I think about around 25, 26. But when you look at someone like Andre Ayew, he's played now 3 AFCONs. He started playing when he was 18 AFCON, I think when he was 20. You know, his younger brother Jordan Ayew, I think he's been at the AFCON twice or thrice now. You know, the majority of that Ghanaian team, they've been together for a long time, you know. From their exploits at the World Cup, at the Under-20 World Cup, whereby they won the World Cup, they've been together as a team. Can we build a team from this group of players that we've got? Have they gained something from this AFCON experience? Do you think they've gained something that is going to take us forward as a country? Well, bringing in a new technical department and everything. Are these players good enough? Have they gained something going forward?
I will maintain that we got some experience. We went there over ambitious, if you ask me.
Exactly. I
Even the
think
team
we said that.
was over ambitious as well, because we lacked that experience of what goes on at AFCON.
Yes.
We thought that no, we've conquered these small teams and we can still conquer Africa. But you know, we need I think if we are to qualify for 2019, we now know what to expect at AFCON. It's not an easy ride, and because we let our guard down. Even regardless, we knew that we were in the group of heavyweights. We still refused to call our group a group of death, and we refused to call ourselves underdogs, and we were. So I think with that experience of young players like Mukruwa, they now appreciate of what goes on
And what is expected,
and what is expected
at such a
Yes.
high level.
So I think if you take the young crop like Mkuruva, the likes of Mahachi, Musona, I think we can build a team for next AFCON. But I think we need to get rid of most of the senior players who are now a bit older.
Talking about, you know, those senior players that are now moving on with their careers and everything. Soon after the match, our captain Willard Katsande announced his retirement from international football. He's not just going to be concentrating on his club career at Kaizer Chiefs. I'm now going to ask the next question, Davis, like you. What is the way forward for the Warriors, starting with that issue of the captaincy? Who is the right person to handle that captain's armband too? You know, going into the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers, we're in a group that's pitting the Democratic Republic of Congo. They've been playing very well. They finished third in the last AFCON. They are already in the quarterfinals this AFCON. We've got Liberia. I don't really know much about them in terms of football. The only thing I know is George Way is from Liberia. We've got the Congo Brazzaville, the other Congo. What are our chances of getting out of that group? As a way forward from what we've learned at AFCON, what is it that we're supposed to implement? Who is the right man to be given that captain's armband?
Well, if I understood your questions quite well, I think there were about 3. I'll try to answer them all in short. The way forward, I think firstly we need to put our house in order. as FIFA,
Administratively, definitely can say that, I guess.
we need to put our house in order. The beauty of modernity is that you know what is going to happen a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever.
Right now we know what is supposed to happen. I think qualification for 2019 starts in 2018. So
Yeah.
we still got about 12 to 14 months of preparation.
Definitely. So if we're going to go to Congo Brazzaville, for instance, on the 21st of March, we should start finding a plane on the 19th. So I think those...
Because definitely this time we won't be going
We'll go by
no. That's what
Definitely not.
We definitely need to
So
start playing for the players.
we need to put our house in order. Those squabbles, PSL, FIFA squabbles, and all those other technical issues should be put to rest. As I say, so I think we should put our thumbs up to Philip Chiangwa. He's brought in some sort of order. But I think we need to put those gaps, sort of close those gaps. We need to find corporate sponsors. Net one, I hope the relationship continues. So once the administrative part of it is in order, it ensures that even when we want players, we will actually get them as quick as possible. Then secondly, we also need to maximize on international friendly matches,
Exactly.
Especially concentrating on FIFA stipulated. It doesn't make sense when you have your own fixtures where there's no that law from FIFA which forces clubs to permit players to come. It means they're going to use the bulk of players that are not going to be selected for the tournament. It makes no sense. So I think we need to capitalize on that and actually need as many friendly matches as possible. From now up to the time where we go, I'm positive we'll qualify for that match. So for me, it is vital that we have as many friendly matches as possible so that the guys are adequately prepared. Then when you come to the question of the captaincy, I've never been really interested in who is the captain. I think everyone should just know their role. But if I was going to pick one, probably give it to someone like Costa, or maybe someone like Musona.
No, but we're talking about Costa is 31 right now.
Truth be told, even if Katsande had not decided to go to retire, he was still going to be young enough to be still there. 33. You have that goalkeeper from Egypt. I don't think age.
Talking about a goalkeeper, we saw how Mares and all those other cousins were now running rounds around Costa.
We need to be mindful of the fact that he didn't retire from football. He retired from the national football, so he's still playing football. It means he's still good enough. So if we're going to choose it, we definitely need a new skip. I don't know what will happen. Probably they'll give it to Malachila. But if it was someone like me, I give it to someone like Musona. But if you're going to do something extreme, give it to a young guy. Maybe Mkurua might be extreme. Maybe someone like Kama. But the problem with me is if you give it to someone with so much expectation as a main striker, you sort of add too much pressure on their game and their performance. So we need to relax on that. So give it to someone at the defense. They just relax. They concentrate on what they're doing. Let the attackers do. I don't remember the last question.
Well, it was basically those two, about the captaincy and about the way forward, preparations and everything as we are getting into 2019. The general, the captaincy.
If you ask me, I think they should start grooming the young crop, So I think I would agree with the first selection of like you. I would go from Sona.
Knowledge,
yes, I would go from Sona.
He's 26 years old.
Yes, and I think so far he has shown that he has his country at heart and he's someone you can rely on. And I think he's someone who's good to lead the players next.
Definitely the gentleman. Well, as we are rightfully discussing on the sport, this is Sports Extra with Cuthbert Couture. Very disappointed that our Warriors could not qualify for the next stage of the 2017 Gabon Africa Cup of Nations. But as I was discussing with the two gentlemen rightfully here, there is some hope for the Warriors considering the average age of the players that we have. Going forward, the things that we need to change, the guys were talking about the administration and how things are supposed to go about, and we talked about the technical department, whereby we need to bring someone who is tactically astute to deal with the current crop of players that we've got. We've got a good crop of talented young players, people that are informed in their clubs. So we definitely need someone who is tactically astute. Nothing bad against Pasua. He did very well with the resources that he had at his disposal and everything. I think he performed well above expectations. If you had to get it from me, here is a guy who had to, coerce the guys to come for practice. Some of those guys paying for their own airfares and everything to come. I think he performed very well with what he had at his disposal. But going forward, if we are to call ourselves a footballing country, I think we need someone who's got more technical expertise, more technical experience Dan Pasua. Well, gentlemen, I would like to thank you for coming on the show today. Disappointing it might be that the Warriors crashed out, but I think we had some positives to take us forward. I would like to thank you, Mr. Davis, like you, the General Kadbet Zinyoni. There you have it, to our viewers at home. This has been another episode of Sports Extra with your number one man, Kadbet Blitz Couture. Join us in our next episode as we will continue to be looking at the Africa Cup of Nations, looking at the quarterfinals, the teams that we are going to expect to be in the semi-finals and everything as the tournament runs on. And join us again for some more news, be it rugby, athletics, cricket. We will still be coming on live on Sports Extra. I'm your number one man, Kadbet Couture. Thank you. Have a great night.